Okay, so today is day 7. As you can see, they've got wings. All kind of huddled. They have wings. And they're starting to grow tail feathers. See, that one's getting tail feathers now. And there's his tail feathers. So, I've realized that now I should probably separate them because they are taking up a lot of space now. They are bigger. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to get 2 containers out until maybe another week. Just for the last couple days I would have them in separate containers. But I think I'm going to separate them now just because they are tripping over each other a lot. And now that I've got this feeder, it does take up a little bit more space. Okay, so I moved them over. So I've put the light, I'll turn it off so you can see. So I put the light in the middle, so it's attached onto the one bucket, and I've turned it sideways. It's one of those 360 double swivel, which is great. So it's in the middle, and so all the girls are on one side. I just figured it'd be easier if I just did girls, boys, and then I don't have to constantly watch them. I just grabbed all the yellow ones and put them in this bucket. So these guys are just using a lid. I might stop at TSC later today and pick them up another one of these things, which this is actually, they sell them separately. So this, the plastic, was for a water container, because usually food containers are open on the top. But they were selling these bottom pieces all by themselves with no container. And they were selling the containers attached to the water bases. So I really needed one because they're going through so much food that I just, whatever, this water jug fits on the food base, so I just snagged one of these instead of waiting for them to order in one of the food ones, and just bought a base. So their water is still the glass mason jar, and the girls, I gave them this because there's 7 of them, and there's actually only 5 boys, so I figured they can do fine with just a plastic lid, and their water container's plastic. So the girls are all huddling over there because I've turned the light off, and they're trying to get warm again, so I'm going to turn the light back on. And just as a suggestion, when you're moving chicks, they are way more calm when the light is off, because one, it gets a little bit darker, so it's the same as like when you're moving adult chickens outside. They always say to do it at dusk or at dawn, when they're least active and less likely to fight. And you can see them still, unless you want to use a flashlight. But that is, typically when I have to move my chickens, I wait until it's darker and they've all gone to bed, then you snag them. It's a lot easier to catch them that way. So yeah, when I went to move them, I took the light off. I turned it off, took it out, so it was out of my way. And I was able to catch them all fairly easily. Nobody moved, nobody squawked, nothing. But now if you go to get them because the light's on and they're wide awake, they're more likely to give you a fight. Right, boys? I know, I just turned the light on. So I took the opportunity to clean out this container. I actually moved them all to one container, cleaned it out, brought it back, and then put the boys in the container after I cleaned it. There's all the girls. They all got beautiful feathers coming in. So what I found Oh, here's my thermometer. So it's about right there. That's outside the Tupperware container, facing, well, it's not facing the light, it's just leaning up here against the Tupperware container, but it's in the light, and that's going to tell me how much exactly is on each side because of the way I have it set up. Only the corners here and here are getting light, which is what I want. Might actually move their water. I don't want their water to be hot. Maybe I'll just put it in the other corner. Reason being is that now they're getting a little bit bigger and they're now starting to grow feathers. They don't need the 98 degrees Fahrenheit. The first day I got them, you could actually probably drop it. I don't know, I would say like, if it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit in the hot area, as long as you have a big enough cool side that they can all fit, that would be fine. But that's why I figured this would be the easiest way, because I can't regulate the light on how hot it gets, but I can regulate how much of the container it shines on. So this way it's shining in both containers, but only a little bit. You boys are all wide awake and all the girls are sleeping. Maybe they don't realize I turned the light back on. And now they don't fit in my hand as nicely. See, before they used, and look at her feathers. They're coming in, they're so big. By the way, you are fine. Stop freaking out. So yeah, last week they fit in my hand a lot easier. Today, not so much. Getting bigger, so put you back in your container. And their feet are getting bigger. I'll move you out of the light and we can see your face. You guys are just overall bigger in my hand, because before I could grab you and fit your feet and everything in my hand. Now it's a little bit harder. So anyways, that's this week. And I'll see you guys again next week. See how much bigger the chicks have gotten by that point. They've all started to try to fly out of the container. None of them are anywhere close to getting out, but they're able to get a few inches off the ground, so we'll see. They might only last another week in these containers and then they'll have to go outside, but either way, they're all doing great. I haven't lost anyone yet, so fingers crossed that this, giving them each more space, will also help them to grow and no one will get squished. Okay.